Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gary Dick. It was a chance for Indiana to showcase its economy and vision for the future to a global audience. And the state used the platform to promote some big deals.
Great pleasure to welcome you to the 2024 Indiana Global Economic Summit.
The second Indiana Global Economic Summit attracted more than 800 attendees, representing 31 countries and territories. They not only got a dose of Hoosier hospitality, they were also a captive audience for a flurry of major economic news, including the creation of the state's first $100 million growth fund, Indiana and Elevate Ventures partnering on a fund designed to keep growing startups in the state. There was also news that Purdue University and Elanco Animal Health will develop a shared-use research facility on 3 acres near the future Elanco Global Headquarters along the White River in downtown Indianapolis, all part of a newly created One Health Innovation District.
We think about plant, animal, and human health, research, development, and then distribution of these new products. It's going to be, Indianapolis will be the epicenter on this front.
And the blockbuster news, Eli Lilly and Company committing to an additional $5.3 billion investment in its planned manufacturing campus in the LEAP Innovation District in Boone County, bringing its total investment there to $9 billion and 900 jobs.
It's really hard to put into words, and these are the type of projects and investments that we'll look back a decade from now and say, that was the day that everything changed. When you look at the number of workers that we hired, the high-skilled jobs, the partnerships with Ivy Tech, the partnerships with the community around LEAP, it truly is game-changing. And sitting here today, it's really hard to really quantify, but it's just massive.
Truly transformational, unprecedented in their company's history at this level, and another Lilly legacy that we as Hoosiers are going to be the direct beneficiary of because of their confidence, again, in our workforce in the state of Indiana going forward, making this kind of commitment. I'll have some envious governors out there.
Lilly's investment believed to be the largest of its kind in the United States. And this week I sat down with Lilly's CEO, Dave Ricks, and asked why Lilly chose Indiana for the investment.
We've chosen Indiana, I think, for a variety of reasons. One is, of course, it's close to our research and development and other manufacturing activities in downtown Indianapolis. Also, the state has really embraced, I think, the new basis of competition for these large-scale projects. And the currency is speed. As you may know, we've made some useful products, particularly Mounjaro and Zepbound, and we are unable to meet global demand right now. We've not launched in many markets. We've got restrictions on some doses in the U.S. We're in a race to supply to meet patient needs and alleviate the suffering they have. And so we need to work with people who can get things done quickly. And so the quickest thing to do is always to expand an existing site. And although the Lebanon announcement from last year is still under construction, as you may see if you drive north on 65, expanding that is an easy option. And then the state's been really good to work with, and I think hone their skills at building workforce, being able to concentrate resources for us at this large site, and then deliver on a strong incentive package for us, and do so in record time. We started the conversation with them just in late February. So pretty exciting moment, and Indiana's sped up on landing these big projects.
Workforce, such a critical issue, obviously. And I know you're working with a number of entities, Purdue and Ivy Tech and others, to address the workforce situation, including a training center, I think, right, that will be at the LEAP district.
Correct. Yeah. IEDC, Lilly, Purdue are teaming up to have a training facility for biotechnology right there at the LEAP district nearby our site. So people can learn a new trade, whether you want to move from one type of manufacturing to biotechnology. You can take those classes with Ivy Tech. We'll be sponsoring a number of Lilly Scholars. So for some high potential students, that will be paid for. And then Purdue also delivering content. And I think we'll plan to build out part of their pharmaceutical engineering program, which they're now expanding, using either our facility or that training facility so their engineers can have hands-on experience. So it's an exciting development. and I think offering new careers for lots of Hoosiers or maybe people from out of state who want to come move here.
Dave, when you first made that first major investment in LEAP, you and I think talked about the proximity to Purdue University. And since then, Mung Chang and others have talked about this high-tech corridor between, West Lafayette through Lebanon down to Indianapolis. As you look at the bigger picture, Indiana has since been selected, Indiana's Heartland Bioworks has been selected as a regional technology and innovation hub. What do you see big picture for Lilly and more broadly the state of Indiana beginning to come to life?
Yeah, it is I think a good moment, and we're starting to see some momentum. Lilly's growth is a key driver. I think there's a couple other trends happening that are important. One you mentioned, which is a real state strategy to focus on advanced manufacturing in some certain sectors. There's been a lot of talk about chips, and Senator Young has led the Chips and Science Act, and we've seen big investments in the state there. Green energy and batteries and so forth. But the third pillar of that, I think, really needs to be biotechnology and making medicine, because our history's here, but also we have a lot of skills and abilities in the state, whether it be a large med school here at IU, the pharmacy program and engineering programs at Purdue. There's a lot of strengths to bring to bear. The third tailwind is actually repatriation of that supply chain. Actually, all three of those. So as we learned during the pandemic, we ran out of some critical medical inputs for geopolitical reasons. You also see pressure to move supply chains closer to their markets. The U.S. is the biggest market for pharmaceuticals. There's a lot of jump balls in the air right now, and Indiana could go grab them and recruit other companies to make medicine here in the state as well. And these will, I think, upgrade the lives of many Hoosier families, because these are great paying jobs, good work. And what better way to spend your career than making a product that helps people get better?